First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And incomplete to open things up.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's got his man on the crossing route. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A gain of 39 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now a handoff looking right, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Two running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now?
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Over.
They'll look to throw here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And they'll go on the ground. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Gun now on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. This is taken at about the 14. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Gun!
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Detroit! Gun!
Looking to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Detroit!
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. They'll look to throw now on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Watch it now, Barney.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw here. Throw left side, complete. It's Cole. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cole. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So out now come the Lions. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
3-19. 3-19. Hold this. Over.
He'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Over, 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 over. Hot.
Now back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Over, 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 over. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
16, watch 16. He likes to go for the sideline.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, a nice spin. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw deep and got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Point after here coming up. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Back to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now they try the right side here. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And they'll run it here. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Browns on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
This is taken at the 18. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Lions will take over. So here come the Lions now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. They'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Detroit. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And the Browns getting set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And some room to work. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On first down, Green. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's Njoku over the middle. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Go, 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 run, run, run. They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. They get it to him running left. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns have moved out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Set! 319! 319! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. On the move to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Browns on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to wind up and air that. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Lucky 56.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. All right, here we go.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll set up to throw. Well, the pressure gets to him again.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Gun!
Looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he fields it cleanly. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going.
39. Green 39. Detroit.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Watch it now, Barney.
Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Hurry up. Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Still a lot that can happen, but you think they get points on this drive, even if it's just 3, should wrap this one up.
And you got to love their starting field position. So if you're the play caller right now, being on the plus side of the 50, you're thinking exactly what you're saying. Get 3, get out of here with at least that. But, hey, you might have a chance to put 6 on the board and really take control.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. They give him a gain of 37.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They get it to him running left. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. And this one is right through. And they double them up here. That makes our score 20-10. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And Detroit getting set to go now. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19! Over!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now a and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 39, and he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now they try the right side here. A nice run leaves them just inches from a first. Could they possibly be tempted to try this on 4th and about a foot? I love the look you just gave me because I know what you're thinking. If you're going to run towards the perimeter, you better either stay in bounds or get the first down or both. He did neither.
Imagine the looks he's getting right now from his team, from his coaches. They go over those scenarios all the time, and as you said, he did neither.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And Detroit getting set to go now. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Browns, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
you.